Hey everybody, it's Taylor with Boydston Grove, and today I'm gonna show you how to make well, it's over there. Let's go over there. This really cool herb garden planter wall. Or is it an herb planter garden wall?
How should I know?
Whatever, let's get into it. Now I know I already made a bunch of planters this year, but when I saw this idea on Facebook, I just had to build it. It just looked really cool. I'm going to be using 6-inch cedar fence pickets for this entire build, and right now in my area they're running around $2.98 a piece. I'm going to need between 5 and 6 for this build, so that puts our lumber cost just under $20. I started by cutting 3 pieces to 2 feet long and 2 pieces to 3 feet long. I cut the tops of some of the pieces to a peak like a little roof and some at a 45-degree angle. I also cut a 32-inch piece and resawed it to 2-inch strips on the table saw. Then I resawed one of those strips to 1.5 inches. I laid out the pickets in a pattern that I liked. As you can see, the roof peaks I created are random. It's really however you want them to look. I used some of the cutoffs to space the pickets apart and then attach them together with the 2-inch strips, glue, and screws. Remember that 1.5-inch piece that I resawed? I cut it into little roof pieces and attached them to the top of each picket with glue and brad nails. With everything attached together, I used a 1.5-inch Forstner bit to create little faux holes about 5 inches down from the top of each picket. Then I painted in each of those little cutouts and painted all the little roof pieces. With the wall part completed, I started breaking down pieces for the planter boxes. I resawed the rest of the picket pieces that I had to 5 inches and then cut them into pieces to create little boxes. I'm going to be building a couple different size planter boxes, but I do want some of them to be the same width as the pickets that I have built the back wall out of. Now, when I purchased these cedar fence pickets, they are almost never exactly 6 inches wide, and the thickness ranges anywhere from 5/8 to 3/4 inch thick. So if you're going to be making this project yourself out of these fence pickets, make sure that you measure the width and thickness so that your planter boxes will be the right size. I assembled all the little boxes using glue and brad nails. Once they were all assembled, I could get my exact measurements for the bottoms. With all the little planter boxes assembled, I painted them with a couple different colors of spray paint. Once they were dry, I attached them to the wall with some screws. All right, our herb garden planter wall is finished, and I gotta say, out of all the planters I built this year, this is by far my favorite. Like I said earlier, I used just over 5 pickets for this. At $3 a piece, that puts us just under $20 for this build. I got it done between an hour and a half, so this is a really quick and easy weekend project. Now, in case you haven't noticed, these aren't actually herbs. My wife has already planted all her herbs in our main garden wall, so these are just some substitutes so you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like. Now, I've seen a bunch of examples of these online. You can make it smaller or you can make it much bigger. I've seen people fill it with all kinds of boxes and little shelves and everything. I decided to go more minimalist with mine and just a few planter boxes and just keep it nice and clean. A big thank you to all this week's New Grove members. You really helped to keep this channel going. I hope you all enjoyed this project. Thank you very much for watching. Be safe and have a great day.